busy. Hi, Facebook, YouTube. Thanks a lot for joining in on the Theme Deek show. And today we are doing marriage topic 2 again. Right? Many people wanted me to talk about marriage, and there you go. We're back again with marriage. I was just a little bit late because we're traveling outside, and plus there was a good news that on my actual work I got awarded a job we were trying to get for a long couple of years. So that was that good news. So I need to actually share it to my head office. So that's the reason I was a little bit late to join the show. There you go. I'm back again on the marriage topic for the second time based on your public demand. So whatever questions you have with regards to marriage, let me know. This because many people have asked me last time. Next week, same time, we will be talking on friendship, right? That's the next topic. Thanks a lot, Sakarani. All right, so that's what I was just outside really quickly, went to get some purchasings and came down, watched my office laptop, and bang, we just got awarded. So that's the reason I had to, I was just a little bit late to come join in. I really don't know. I asked my wife to join in, but I really don't know if she's going to make it or not because we were just outside, just back, and I think she's back in a home dress, so I don't think she would come back. But anyways, I've asked her if the kid is in control to come back. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in. So feel free to ask your questions on marriage. I'm back again on the Theme Deek show. Anything related to marriage, anything and everything related to marriage, right? Whatever doubts you have. Hi, Chanu. I'm back again. If there's no questions, I just was just going to get out and run away. Chanu, I'm doing always good and positive. All right. So yeah, this is the Theme Deek show, which I do every Wednesday, and tomorrow is the Call Me Deek show. Right. Thanks a lot for all the waves. I hope people are waving me and I'm getting that wave, right? Right. So yeah. So feel free to ask me questions, guys. I don't want to talk about marriage because last time completely I was talking about marriage, and because of public demand, I come back again talking on marriage. If there's no questions, I'll say my job is done. And that's what I believe, right? So guys, feel free to ask your questions on the questions section or the comments column or on Facebook and YouTube on the questions section, on the comments column, wherever it is. Let me know what your questions are with regards to marriage, and I will tell. I think my nose has some issues, so let me just figure that out. So yeah, feel free to ask your questions, and I will reply in the best possible way, right? If there's no questions, my job gets done. And yes. What question I'll have about marriage? I'm just an intern. Then forget it. You can ask about relationship or love. See, because this is purely a topic based on marriage only, right? So I do the Theme Deek based on that requirements only. This is based on purely people's demand. I really didn't want to do marriage again. Many people wanted me to friendship. So next week I'm going to talk about friendship. Same thing on Wednesday. But I think there's no questions. No one wants to ask anything about marriage. How to get married, why to get married, who I should get married to, how do I select a guy? I got another proposal before yesterday. So, Shilpa, you said okay to it or not yet? Get married quickly. Hi, Akash. Thanks a lot for joining in. VK Ashwin and Yash, thanks a lot for joining in on YouTube. That's what. So what are the things we got to take care in a relationship or marriage? So MS Blissful is asking that question, what to take care in relationship or marriage. My question here is that, which relationship you're talking about? The current relationship before marriage or current relationship after marriage, or what happens after marriage? It's not very clear what you're going to take care of at the end of the day. Look at the person's heart. That is what is the true difference which makes all relationship successful or worth it at the end of the day. Don't look to put too much focus on the way how people look. Don't put too much focus on the education. Yes, you need to, but make sure that you have a level of understanding between each other. And there you go. I really don't want to understand which type you're asking. Then he is asking, will school days relationship last? I always tell people, be someone first, then go after someone. be someone first, then go after someone, so that you can attract people who's similar to what you have become, right? For example, you become a doctor. You want to have someone who understands the doctorate, or who understands something related to that, right? So that way it's much more beneficial for you, right? So what you, oops, there's low battery here. Okay, so let me go there. I hope there's no low battery here. Okay, this is all good. So yeah, so what you need to understand here is, what was the question again? So, okay, so we should find good heart person, doesn't worry about his looks. No, looks is very temporary, because how many years you're going to really go after the looks, right? Now, if you really, I don't know, if let me say the Indian system, if you get married and if you're really focused on the looks, how many years? 20 years you have the looks, that's it. After 20 years, the looks are not the same. It's going to go downward, right? So basically, after marriage, 20 years till 40, you have a certain type of look, and you can stay at a level which your partners expect. After that, it's going downward. But then again, the looks is a point of view, because at the end of the day, if wrinkles are okay for you, again, that is again good looks, right? So you got to see it from that point of view, because looks is very, very temporary. But is there someone who really gives you that special trust, or working around that, right? So that's how it is. So I'm in a relationship with my brother-in-law, dying to tell my parents. Can you suggest it? In brother-in-law? Huh? When you say brother-in-law, you're in a relationship, brother-in-law, which means your sister's husband? That's what I understand by brother-in-law. Crush girl, get me very clarified which relationship you're talking and how that relationship is at the end of the day. So it's much more, I can give you a right answer. But what you're saying in brother-in-law, I really question that. If it is worth it to go and tell your parents about it. All right. So, Crush girl, I want more details on that. Right now, how to stop negative thoughts? Can you suggest me? Lioness Sona, I want to keep it more related to marriage, right? So so now, as I always tell people, how to stop negative thoughts and how to stop overthinking. Why everyone is asking overthinking? It's about marriage anyways. There's two questions people asking the same question. Overthinking is normally when you have a lot of free time. When you have a lot of free time, you are going to overthink. Negative thoughts, how do you stop it? You need to expose yourself to more positive thoughts. See what is good, see what is positive, see what is important, and start focusing on that. And that is how you move out from there, right? So no, should students be in relationship? No, you are a student and you are not a lover or a partner at this well, right? So I don't know from where I got this cold. I came outside, I went outside, I was wearing the mask half the time, and something happened then. This cold just stepped in. But anyways, I'm okay. I think so. So it doesn't matter. I just need to rest my body, because today there's so many things happened today, right? Today I really woke up early because I had a meeting with my head office, plus the UK office, plus the Abu Dhabi office. So it was all together having that way early morning meeting. And after that, I didn't sleep, and then directly had to go outside for purchasing, and just came back half an hour ago. Plus this good news came in, went and emailed my team. So it was just a complete rush day. So normally when I get a cold, all I know is that I need to rest my body a little bit. So that's when my body normally gets hit, right? So Sonu, back to that. Should students be in relationship? My answer is no. I always say be someone first, then go after someone. That's much more better. Obviously, you will be proposed by a lot of guys, and obviously for girls, you will be proposed by many girls too, right? So at the end of the day, your point is to say no to it. It's not compulsory you have to be in a relationship, right? Because what happens in school relationship and students relationship is that as you mature, as you become a girl and become a girl becomes a woman and a boy becomes a man with age, choices will change, interests will change, realities will hit you, responsibilities will start changing, the way of thinking will start changing, your educational career will start changing. Many changes are going to happen at that time. Generally, when these changes happen, you're not willing to take that change, and that is when most of the breakups happen. That is why most of the people call these relationships in students' life as time passing. Many people have this time passing point of view. So guys, don't play with people's heart, because at the end of the day, if you play, there'll be someone else getting ready to play with your heart, right? It could be you, it could be some other girl, or your future wife, or your children's in future. So be careful, you don't play around with people. I've talked to different types of people who time passes in relationship, who goes very serious in relationship, who's in fantasy relationship, who's in celebrity relationships, many other mess ups around. So when you're matured enough, get into it, right? Why most couples fight after marriage, while before marriage there was only love? Very good question by I am Shah. So I am Shah, what happens there is, if you really look at it, in terms of why they before marriage there is love, and after marriage they start having fights. So basically you are telling me that it's love marriage. So if you're telling me if it is love marriage, what happens is that love marriage is very powerful, right? Love marriage can be achieved in whichever way you want, right? Love marriage is beyond religion, beyond caste, beyond horoscope, beyond everything. But you need to keep it in the supreme level. If the supreme level is not kept, it'll all break up with time. What happens after love? And then you get married, there are chances that you'll have this I am the husband, she's the wife attitude. Or I'm the wife and she's that. You have certain responsibility, I have certain responsibility. And when the kid comes in, it goes again further. When this love slowly starts moving into this husband-wife relationship, there are chances that love won't be like what it used to be before. That is one point why most couples fight after the love marriage. Now, if the love is staying supreme and the love is staying way beyond these caste, religions, people, society will never hit you. But then if the love drops, your mother is going to come in, your in-laws are going to come in, your friends are going to come in and try to further destroy it, further create more battles, further create various other issues. Because in love marriage, you're all alone. If there's one friction between that relationship, third people just come in and trash off that marriage. Main reason of most of the marriage fights, it goes serious, is because you allow third people to enter into that marriage. If you don't allow third person to enter into any marriage, I think most of the marriage will be very smooth at the end of the day. Because both are going to figure out how to make this relationship and build it. They might fight. If obviously I do fight with my wife too, right? So, but the fighting don't last. It's just a different point of view we fight, and then at the end of the day, before sleeping, we figure out, we say sorry to each other, because mood swings, right? Once in a while. So you get angry with some stuff, you get stuck on some other stuff, but at the end of the day, anger just builds up. And then once the anger's calmed down, we just say sorry to each other and then just move on, right? Don't ever expect after marriage there's no fights, right? Even if you are before marriage, if you love so much, you find the girl talking with someone else, automatically you will get that anger starting up from there itself, right? So there's many reasons why it happens. I just gave a summary. I am Shah with that regards, right? I hope I've answered that question. Deek 997, what is the qualities to see in a person before getting committed? Now, Deek, I really don't know when you're saying committed before marriage or for marriage, right? See, at the end of the day, the person is not you're getting married to at the end of the day. If you're going arranged marriage, it's not you getting married to the person. At the end of the day, your two families are getting married. So make sure there is good balance between two families. If you're going arranged marriage, love marriage is a complete different discussion. So when you're committing someone, make sure there is a good balance between both the families, because both understanding, it shouldn't be that you completely counter the whole system and go from that point of view. So before committing, I don't know. See, when you say before committing to a person, because from my understanding is, if you're really committing to a person, first and foremost, what you need to do is, are you ready for this commitment? Many people get into a relationship because you're being pushed by the other party. Many people get into relationship because you get really forced into getting into relationship and you come. Many girls are pushed into marriage by the parents and they go into it. I'm telling you, if you are pushed into marriage, 99% you're going to mess up the marriage. But if you're getting pushed, find value, find you're ready for it, do a lot of research on marriage, do a lot of checks on marriage, learn about it, and then say, I am ready. It's only when you are ready, you should only go and commit someone else. If you're not ready, start reading, start understanding your marriage, talk with various married people, and get ready very quick. That's first point you should be. Are you ready to get committed for life? After that, it's not the qualities at the end of the day, it is that completeness. So when you talk to a girl or when you talk to a guy, whoever it is, does this girl complete me? Does this girl or boy support me for my growth? Does this person, where we come together, we can make a big difference to both our families? So though it's not qualities, is it, can I be complete? Because at the end of the day, you're a female and there is a male. Both have these different. Can we complete each other? If you have that, yes, we can complete. Yes, we both match. Yes, our family looks together great, right? Not looks in terms of the status, in terms of the balance, which I'm talking about, right? And there you go. Obviously, if you're going arranged marriage, Digvijay, you should be a Hindu. So technically, obviously, there'll be horoscope into it also. Make sure that also matches, because, you know, if you really tend to believe horoscope is an important factor, it will start influencing. Right? So what happens in arranged marriage, there's a lot of doubts at the end of the day. So as I said, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. Don't just fall for the girl's look. Don't just fall for, don't just fall for one thing, because most of the people fall for one thing. You know, maybe 99% of the girls and boys generally fall for the looks. Stop going after the looks. Looks is just 20 years. After that, there's no looks, right? At the end of the day, is he a good human being? That's the question. When you go and meet the girl, when you go and meet the guy, have a look how he's treating his family members. Have a look how he's treating the person who's coming and serving their team. Now, if you have a chance to go out, see how he's treating people who are weaker than them. Right? If he's really having a harsh talk with the waiter, if you're in a restaurant, be careful. There are chances that he can also take that role with time. Then talk to people, investigate. Don't just pick on one and say this is the quality which I need. You need different quality. Both are coming together to teach both each other a certain lesson. Understand that teaching, focus on that, and then work it up from that point, right? So now what I do is I have it parallelly now. I have Instagram here and YouTube just up here. So that's why I'm looking up and down. Initially, I used to keep side. Now figure out the lightings correctly. So that's what I've been doing it, right? So I hope I've answered the question. No, sir, I'm not married. How do you stop negative thoughts? Every time I'm studying and relationship all the time. Study and relationship suggest me, simple, get out of relationship, simple as that. Right? That's what I would say, because see, the point here, what you don't understand is that studies or relationship. If you start giving a lot of time and effort to a relationship, I'm telling you, studies will start being disturbed with time. What line is on, I don't know what, just message me and then we can discuss this in further details, because I think there is something else more to this which I really want to know. Shihalik, why do boys lose interest after marriage? I don't know. Is it boys only, or is it both sides at the end of the day? Normally, if I see, now you're saying you're a girl and seeing a girl's point of view. I can say a boy, and say that when mothers have a child, they lose interest in the husband also, because the focus all goes on the child. So be careful that interest is equal. There's responsibility for both parties, husband and wife, to keep that marriage interest alive. Other thing is, people tend to compare a lot, right? That's the other reason why these interests begin to drop. You look at other girls, you look at other guys, you compare, her husband is better or his wife is better, and then you build up, obviously the interest begins to go. The point here is interest begins to go is because you are hyped up this marriage as such a big thing. That is the other side of it. You tend to hype up this marriage. Oh, this is the lifetime experience. And you go with so much of expectation. And when you don't get that, again, your interest drops, right? So there's many reasons why interest drops. So it's not only the boys, it's the girls' side also. Harini, can we trust someone again? They cheat us, but you still need that person. The person have realized their mistakes. Harini, for me, once a cheater can always be a cheater. Get this point very clear. A robber is always a robber, right? He has lost his reasoning or trust. Once that is broken, you got to be careful. Second thing is, if you say that the person have realized their mistakes, your focus should be not what he's saying. Your focus should be what actions he's taking. Many people say, oh, today onwards, I will tell truth to you. Today onwards, I will do this for you. Today onwards, I made this big mistake. I'll make sure I won't repeat it. That's all words. Make sure and focus his actions, right? It's always good to give a chance once again. But at the end of the day, Harini, I don't know how old are you and who is this person in your relationship with. So if I have more details, I can tell you yes or no in one shot. Oh, all serious questions are coming now. I like that. What are the 5 top things one must consider while selecting a partner? I already talked about this, Shifu, just few minutes ago. If you're a believer of God, I always, for me, God comes first at the end of the day. If you're a believer of God, the other person should be a believer of God. Whatever it is, right? Don't go mix match and see, I will change the partner later or that, because the main conflict of your discussion will be God only. And the other thing is, how is the human being, right? Is this surrounding having a nice name, or is this see, I will tell you something. At the end of the day, you can say love is blind, but then that is when you are in complete love with each other, right? Love is blind. When you're completely, truly love with each other, love just don't take any role. Love is blind in the sense means it's so supreme that, like, for example, you don't see God, right? So, basically you're believing something which you didn't see. So that is basically believing God blindly, right? If you really look at the concept. So when someone says love is blind, it's talking about the supreme love which is blind. But then when you go down from that supreme love, there is a lot of things which needs to be considered before selecting the partner, right? See, I can't tell you these 5 main points, but what I can tell you is that obviously that person should be a good match for you, right? That's one important point, because sometimes what happens, you have this expectation about a certain actress or actors, and then on a longer run, you build up this dream girl, and if she's not there, every marriage, every step you take, oh, wish I could take in the other girl, wish I could. So make sure you are comfortable with the person who's coming into your life, right? The other thing is, obviously, I don't know how much time you have to talk with the person. I really don't. If you have the talk, you just have to see the photo and decide. If you're just photo and decide, and if you have no more other access to do, you have to ask your parents certain list of questions, basically for trying to find out more about this person. The other thing what you need to find out is that of selecting a partner is are we feeling the same way, right? You might have a dream, she might have a dream. Is it all coming together, or is it going in 2 different directions, right? Because if it's not coming together and it's going 2 different directions, there the conflict will start, right? So make sure that is understood, because she might have her dream, you might have her dream, and after marriage, you both might start compromising each other's dream. There is a problem, right? See, and the last thing is, obviously, I would say your family mix or family status or family level of understanding, because that is very important if you're going from the arranged marriage point of view, right? So when you say marriage and selecting partner, guys, there is love marriage and arranged marriage. Both are different ways of selecting, but I'm just generally talking about this arranged marriage at the end of the day, right? I hope I've clearly answered you to the questions which you're looking for. What are the qualities both girls and boys should need to live a happy married life? Qualities, At the end of the day, for a happy married life, qualities for a happy married life. There's many qualities. At the end of the day, you should meet the qualities of your partner. That is the first point at the end of the day, because a certain partner have a certain expectation from that. If you meet that expectation, obviously you're going to live a happy life. That's point number one. Second thing, what I always tell is that never ever leave a third person, your mother, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your brothers, sisters, come in between that relationship. Please, this is just one request I tell to all married people: never ever get a third person into this relationship. Right? You have problems, fight it on your own. Question each other, challenge, cross counter, do everything what you want, but make sure you solve it within. The only time you have to involve a third person is when someone has raised your hand on each other. That's what if someone raises your hand, like if the girl hits the guy or the guy hits the girl, that is when maybe you need to involve the third person, because you've crossed the limit of husband and wife relationship there. But then with love, obviously, with that serious anger, you might hit also, right? But at the end of the day, it depends on, how you want to take that relationship. But then if you're being harassed and really hit hard or whatever it is, if people throw away plates from here and there and destroy property, then you really need to think about the relationship at the end of the day, right? So that's one of the main points. Obviously, when a child comes in, you got to be very careful that you should only have a child when you're ready for it. If someone is pushed into having a child, because the community is going to push you to get a child as soon as you get married. If you both are not ready, don't get for it, because that will be the biggest other issues which can have, right? Have an open conversation. All questions and doubts should be discussed between each other in the best possible way, because if you start doing that, you will have an open discussion, and all your decision should be we decision, not his decision or my decision, or not her decision or my decision. Whatever decision you take, if you want to even buy a mobile, okay, husband, wife discuss what's the reason for the mobile. Do I need it? Can we share it? Or we just have to have another mobile? This is our finance. Discuss all the financial matters. Many girls try to stay away from the finance side of things. Many men want to keep all the finance. No, both should have a clear idea of what your investments are and what you're getting into, what my salary are. If you want to make it a little more to the next level, what you need to do is that have a single bank account, right? Have a joint bank account and have the money all shared between you equally, regardless whoever makes it or breaks it at the end of the day. I know it's quite difficult to do this, because at the end of the day, people have this feeling. Now, for example, for me, everything we have single accounts only, right? Everywhere, right? Even Facebook, we just have one account. Me and my wife is using the same account, right? Because we believe that it's we anymore. So whoever's my friend's her friend, whoever's her friend's my friend. It's not you should have separate friends. But can you do it is a question which you need to figure it out, and your husband has to figure it out. Very few people can't have common friends. I have my friends, you have your friends. Let's keep that separate. No, when you are together, you're we. And when you're we, everything becomes one. Finance, your health, your friends, your people, your family, everything becomes one. When I say everything becomes one, her father also becomes your father also becomes his father. Same with the mother. Her mother also becomes your mother also becomes her mother, whatever way. It's no more he and she, it is just we. And when you have that we feeling, I'm telling you, that is the first start of. And stop joking about marriage a lot, because many people tell a lot of things in joke, and you build up in that relationship, and then it starts hitting you with time again. So make sure you what was I saying something. Yeah, whatever. The last point which I said, right? I hope, Sihalik, I've told you clearly what you need for a happy life, right? So really, why every relationship time pass, why people are not taking serious, why boys attract then when we are serious with girls, why he doesn't understand our love, because it is not your age, right? Why people time pass, because you watch the movies and you think that it's a great idea to have. My friends have a boyfriend, so I also want to have a boyfriend, and it just goes on and on and on and on, right? When you go and do stuffs which you're not worth for, anyone in the world will say you're time passing. When you don't know how to play football or cricket, and you go and play time pass with a bat and a ball, what do you say? He's just time passing cricket. You're not playing cricket, you're time passing with cricket. So same happens in love also. If you're not ready for it, don't get into it. What is the difference in loving someone and liking someone? My question is, who is this someone, right? Because loving mother is a different type of lover. Loving your wife is different type of love. Loving your sister is a different type of loving. The community as a whole is also a different type of love, right? Liking is, it's like, do you like chocolate or do you like white chocolate? It's just a choice, right? Yeah, I think liking is generally sitting in the mind. Loving is normally coming into the heart at the end of the day, if you really want to make it live. But at the end of the day, it's just choices. Harini, don't do this one time, he cheat again. Because my foolish, don't trust him, leave him. Lioness Sona, I don't know who the guy is, guys. So Harini, I don't know who the guy is. If I don't know who the guy is, if it's just a friend, it's Shihalik. I've already talked about it. Sonu, I don't want to talk about that. What is the qualities of girl? I've already talked about it. I'm going back to the same questions again. Shifu, when we talk to Shifu 123, when we talk to girl or a guy first time, should you straight away open your heart, your past relationship, or one should wait? It depends on what she's giving you a feedback on, right? If you think that she's the right partner for you, if you think that she's the best person for you, at the end of the day, I don't think you should actually disclose all your past relationship on the first shot. Because if you have changed with time and if you have saved all the love, only when you build up that trust, you can tell about past relationship. But then if she opens up a past relationship and you're also opening a past relationship, then, it's based on a next level of trust, which means past relationships are okay for both parties. Past relationships are okay for both you, then I think it's fine to open it up, right? But at the end of the day, my thing I always say again about marriage, you should be completely out of a past relationship before getting into marriage. Because if you're not, you're asking for trouble, right? So yeah, I hope I've answered that question. I hope this session is interesting and I'm giving you the right answers which you're looking for. It's sad that nowadays people don't take that thinking. We girls are made to feel like we don't look good. Yes, that is true. It's all to do with marketing. And obviously, can you ever think? See, the point what has happened here is that what I hate of how the world is going, and totally disagree with this world of how it's going, is, like I always tell this joke, right? When you go into a formal party, the guy is all completely covered up and suited, right? If you go to any marriage also, have a look at it. The guy is completely covered, right? And completely covered till his hands and complete. But now, for example, Indian marriage, most of the guys comes in kurtas, right? And if you go to formal marriage, most of the people come in suited, right? So they're completely covered till the hand. The only place which they show is this and their face, right? But on the other hand, the girl has to, different forms and different fields have to show more than what the guys have to show, because there's a lot of pressure at the end of the day. Guys, don't fall for this pressure. The current youth can change this. The current youth can make a difference. That's one thing I say. First thing is love yourself. Love the way you are. You don't have to look in a certain way and suppress your own true character or your own feeling for someone to just like you. People will like you the way who you are only, right? So at the end of the day, when you both sleep together and when you wake up, I'm telling you, no makeup or no looks or nothing matters at the end of the day. It's that warm feeling which you both give each other, and that is all matters at the end of the day, right? It's not the people at the end of the day. It is the society as a whole, and which you also include. If all the girls come out saying, I'm just going to wear the most neatest dress and the most best dress which I can, by which I'm going to love myself, I'm going to wear a very clean dress in the best possible way, I don't think there'll be any pressure at the end of the day. But then she's doing this, she's wearing this way, I also need to wear this way. Oh, this is the latest model which the models are wearing, so I need to look that way. The funniest part is, see, I'm not saying not to expose, but at the end of the day, it should be a fair deal. It should be equal for girls and boys at the end of the day. Boys don't expose if you really look at from any party's point of view. Right? They keep it clean and they have very less pressure at the end of the day. But girls have a lot of pressure, but it's just created by the society at the end of, which I'm against, right? So yeah. So looking good is just a point of view. I can just tell you that, right? And if that point of view is not understood in the right sense, how much of a good you look. Some people, when you over makeup, they know it's all fake. But then a guy wants a girl who looks good to show off in front of a society, he's going to pick that girl only, forget the love. They just want to show it in the society in front of it. So, don't go after the looks. That's what I always say, right? Esha is telling me a story. Who is at fault? Marriage is over with my parents' compulsion. Boy, I wanted to marry to settle in foreign. I thought that the girl agreed her parents' compulsion, but care only about my career. Who is at fault? Girl is over with my marriage, is over with my parents' compulsion. Marriage is over with my parents' compulsion. I didn't understand what it means. I am Shah. Marriage is over with my parents' compulsion. Marriage is over, or marriage happened with your, and boy, I wanted to get married to settle in foreign. I know that the girl agreed with her parents' compulsion, but I care only about my career. I'm not very clear about that. I need to talk to both the guy and the girl to understand where they stand, right? In front of us, they talk with other girls, how good they look and how perfect they are. People are always going to talk. They want to compare. But then what happens is that you go and have this fan following of these celebrities and you create the celebrities mindset of how the girl should look. You are going against a tough competition because celebrities are celebrities because they're going to sell the makeup products. They need to sell the way how they look. So they build up more pressure onto you girls at the end of the day. Try to think practical. Don't fall into marketing thing. That's the best joke I always tell everyone. If you understand this, I'm telling you, most of your looks doubt will be clear. Every curly hair wants a straight hair. Every straight hair wants a curly hair. Every fat person wants to be thin, and every thin person wants to be fat. Every clear face wants every person with a scar or a mole or a scar on the face want a very clean face, but a very clean face want a tattoo on the face. What a beautiful world this has become, which is constantly just trying to be something what they are not, just because they just want an entertainment of being like someone else. Whose fault it is? It is not mine or yours. It is purely you getting marketed by the grades to getting sold that you are not good and worth for you, right? So if this is understood, I think most of your doubts is cleared 100% about my look. Whatever you are trying to be yourself, be proud of whatever you have, right? And live the dream, right? Now, all the rich people, Jeff, the Amazon guy is the most richest person. He's bald. He has no issues with hair, right? So does he looking good? But no, I want a guy with the hair only. Bald guys, I can't accept. But then if Jeff, the Amazon guy, comes in for your marriage, you say, yeah, richest guy in the world. Why not? Right? So that is all a point of view at the end of the day. I hope, Shifu, I've answered that question. This is a really good concepts I'm telling you people. I hope you guys are benefiting at the end of the day. Shifu says, yes, you go ahead with the person you are knowing is comparing you with someone else before choosing. Yes, the person will be comparing because obviously he have 2-3 choices, so you have a compare. Now it's like buying a dress at the end of the day. If you have 2-3 choices, you are going to compare at the end of the day. But then at the end of the day, he has to select one dress. So it would be you or someone else. But if it's you, make sure you live that life in the best possible way. Prayas, not network. What age gap do you think is? It doesn't matter. Age gap has nothing to do with marriage. It's just the maturity of each other. When you are ready and when the other person are ready for marriage and take that we feeling, anyone and any time you can get married. But the law says 18 years plus, so make sure you do it. Really difficult choosing the perfect partner. You are never ever going to get that perfect partner. Get this point very clear from me. You're only going to get a partner who's going to further hit you and improve you. So why do you get married? You have this ego which is built up of feminine. You have this ego built up masculine. Both are going to come in conflict and crush. There is no perfect partner. Now, when you say this perfect partner, you have this dream partner which you have seen Shah Rukh Khan, Hrithik Roshan, Ranbir Kapoor, and all these other actors, and you build up this perfect partner. There is no such called perfect partner. Every partner you're coming together is to challenge each other to improve. A perfect partner is someone who challenges you to improve further on. And every challenge would look like a battle. Every challenge will look like a compromise. Every challenge will look like you're sacrificing something, but then you're growing also. So don't look for this perfect partner, because there's no such thing called perfect. Because are you perfect enough to get a perfect partner? That is a question which you have to ask before asking or choosing that perfect partner. Ta-da! That was a very good one, right? Thanks a lot, Lioness Sona, for asking that. Shihalik, I've already talked about it, on the qualities of both girls and boys to have a happy rem. How do you feel about your partner? Sir, how you feel about your partner and what are the expectations? About my own wife, you're asking. For me, I try my best to limit my expectation over her, because if she can do, I'm willing to accept. If she can't do, I'm going to figure it out on my own. So that's my understanding with her. So we both don't expect that much. But if I can help her in any means, yes, I'm always there. If she can help me any means, then. So as I said, I don't expect anything from anyone. I always tell her one dialogue: do everything what you love doing. Don't do it with any expectation return with me or with anyone in my family also. If you don't love doing it, don't do it only. I always told my wife. But then we had to figure out ways as a family how to do it. That's a different discussion altogether, right? How I feel my partner, she's the best partner I can get. That's why I'm married to her. That's what I believe, right? Obviously, she teaches me a lot. I teach her a lot. We both fight. We both conflict. We have a discussion. We go pros and cons. She will say she has the best idea. I'll say I have the best idea. We go. Then we'll have the V idea. And that is when we seal the deal, right? So getting married late is wrong. I mean, we are leaving it those societies where the late marriage is a big deal. Late marriage is not wrong, but then what can happen is that if you're delaying your marriage, there are chances that you might lose a lot of negotiation power. For example, if you're delaying your marriage, for example, 35, 40, obviously you'll have to compromise something on the guy or the girl. Right? So that's the only problem, because society wants you to get married at the age of 20, 25 range. I don't know, different society have different age limit. Make sure you stick to whichever age you are at. But my question here again is simple as that, is what's your standard age? If you're crossing it, your negotiation power drops. There's nothing wrong with it, but your negotiation power drops. So, Lioness Sona, most important. I like your name, Lioness Sona. Right? Cool. Right? So, most important, sir, how to stop expecting. I don't know why I'm so much expecting in a partner, how I'm not comfortable. Sometimes we fight and you are so expectation with me. He says you are so much expectation with you. Do everything because you love doing and stop expecting anything in return from the person. That is real love. Everything else is gap filling. You want him to do something, he's filling a gap. You want him to do something, you're filling the gap. So make sure you don't get into that discussion at all. Right? I hope I've answered that question. Yes, from Anjali, but someone ego comes in between. Yes. You both get married in the first place is to break down your ego, because as babies, we never had egos. As we grow, we have this male ego come for men and female ego coming together. Then after marriage, you both conflict. These egos will drop and then you will come that we feeling. Egos will come. That is why you're getting married, to destroy that ego at the end of the day. Lioness Sona, but I think we are in relationship. How much time we fight? Really, sometime I never feel I'm so scared. I told you, you're not worth for that relationship. I told you, first thing when you told me also, I told you, get out of the relationship. If you're fighting too much, it has nothing, it is a relationship. If both are working, there's a lot of financial issues happen. If both are working, then lots of finances happen. How to deal with financial issues? If both are working, why you should have a financial issue? Because both are getting paid well and both are going to. I really don't know, Shiholic, what you mean to ask by that. Ananta Kumar, please tell me about hurt and depression. I really don't know which relationship you're talking about. Shifu, it's good to know that it was lots to think about. Yes, marriage, you have to think a lot. There is a lot of things, a good learning experience, right? Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoyed. Me too disagree, sir. Me too disagree, sir. How the world going? Yeah, I know. So your face is very near to me. Okay, that's fine. Keep your mobile far away from you. That's what I would say, right? So yeah, I really like some comments. Sir, you tell me how to love myself. I mean, every person says first love yourself. How to? Stop loving others. Only then you can love yourself. Every heart have a place to stay and make sure you're filled. I don't know how old are you, Lioness Sona. I really want to know your age if you don't mind. Yeah. So if you were to love yourself, first of all, you need to be thankful to who you are first and your creations first, and thankful to your parents for who they have made you at the end of the day, because if that is not understood, you can never love yourself, right? Okay, there's a question on YouTube. I totally missed to have a look here. So how to say okay to a boy talking with 2 minutes? How to know his character with a very short span? So even I did my marriage, I had to decide my girl in five minutes. So here is, so when you say in 2 minutes, I know it's arranged marriage. I really don't know. Vibita, obviously you'll have horoscope coming in at the end of the day. If you really look at the horoscope and your family investigation in 2 minutes, observe quite very well of his, when I say observe, go with a neutral mind. Most of the people don't go with a neutral mind. They either fall for the look, they either fall for he being an engineer or a doctor. You either fall for one point. The biggest problem that you can understand a person in 1 minute, right? But then you should go with a neutral mind, because if you're not going with a neutral mind, you will be caught in that thing at all. And at the end of the day, if it's arranged marriage, if you're pure enough, you will get a great guy. Get that point very clear. So make sure you focus on that, of how I can be pure enough, or I can be really good enough, so that guy rejects me because of my greatness and my pureness. And that's how you got to work it out, right? I hope, Vibita, I've answered that question. How important is it to be physically comfortable with your partner, and how to make your partner feel comfortable if they're conscious about their body? My God, this is a very serious question. How important is it to be physically comfortable with your partner? I really don't have a clear understanding to what extent, Shifu, you are getting this topic into. Physically comfortable means, I really didn't understand, like physical look or physical contact you're talking about. I understand you're talking about the physical look. Now, at the end of the day, love never looks at the physical look of the person. Get this point very clear. Love is basically a heart-to-heart relationship. And when it's a heart-to-heart relationship, none of the five senses have a role to play. All these body, looks, everything plays in that five senses and are completely sitting in your mind at the end of the day. I hope I've answered the question indirectly, what you're looking for. Sir, are you married? Love, yeah, arranged marriage. Sorry to ask a personal question, but I'm curious to know about love, yeah, arranged marriage. Very good personal question. I was arranged marriage. Yeah. I hope I've answered the question. I'm married. I have a baby also. I think Linus one never saw my baby. I think my baby's around here. He might walk in anytime. Right? I don't know. My wife told she might join, but I really don't know if she's going to work. Last session, she really joined. She was ready, but today we went outside. So that's the reason she couldn't make a part of it, right? So yeah, it was arranged marriage. 5 minutes talk. In that, I had to decide if she's the one or not. Right? So, emotional writers, thanks a lot for your feedback. So I think he's not perfect, but when we are in love, when we think, yes, he is my love, he is not perfect. But is it love? That is a question which you need to ask yourself. Is there a future with this guy? Will your parents agree? Or there's going to be a fight later when you tell about this guy to your parents? There's many factors going on, right? So 99% I know. Lioness Sona, thanks. Like my name. I like your life. Thanks a lot for that. Shifu, why? Yes, it's important to know the reason why is one getting into marriage. Okay. Why you're getting into marriage? My understanding, two main reasons. Obviously, to make this world a bigger place. It's the law of life. You need to come together to create further human beings in this world, because that is the cycle of life at the end of the day. That is one supreme reason why you are getting married. That's point number one. And so that you fix to one person and not hang around with like animals with every other partner, and you use your power to have that relationship with whoever it is, right? We humans are not animals. We humans are humans at the end of the day, who have much more better thought process and who respects both partners at the end of the day, unlike animals. The other reason why you get married is that, as I told initially, when you are a baby, you have no ego. You don't have this girls, boys are different, boys are that, girls are that. You see girls and boys are same. But when you grow, you have this feminine aspect. When you grow, you have that masculine aspect of ego coming very strong. So that needs to break. So you get married, you crush, and you have this we thinking. The other main reason of your marriage is that it's only when a girl becomes a boy. A girl becomes a woman only after marriage. A boy becomes a man only after marriage. Because you tend to see the feminine aspect and the other person sees masculine aspect. Because all this while before marriage, you're seeing girls point, girls point, girls point. Boy will see boys point, boys point, boys point. But slowly, what happens is that you see that girl's point of view of the whole story which you have lived for 20 years to understand that. So these are the three main reasons why you get married. I hope I've answered that question. So what's the meaning of being compatible with each other? Which means compatible for each other means when you take one step, if there are chances when you're taking that some step, there is a thorn which could hurt you, the person would put their leg underneath it, or the person would guide you or protect you from not being things. So it is more of that level of compatibility, which means you fill that gap, which means you're angry, she's calm, you come together and learn calmness. You get irritated, you're heartbroken, he's a strong-minded, you learn about strong-minded from us. So compatibility is that gap filling, or that making you complete human being. That is a true compatibility, right? Is lying okay? No, not doing anything wrong. But if the partner didn't understand and maintain harmony, is it okay to lie? Hi, good question, man. Shifu, I really love the questions which you asked. Last time's marriage question, no one asked these serious questions. I really love the questions which you're asking. I always tell people one thing: tell the truth, twist the truth, tell the truth, twist the truth, stay quiet, but never tell a lie. Stay quiet means hide, but never tell a lie. There are different times when you have to tell a different truth to a certain people. At that time, make sure you tell the truth. Right? If you're feeling bad, when his mood is bad, don't go and say your bad mood when his mood is bad. You will end up a fight. But when he is in love mode, then go and tell your bad news. That way, it will come back, right? Sai Karthik on YouTube. Without marriage, can also we be happy? This is like you're asking me, what do you say, without your mother, father, can I be happy? Without your sister, brother, can I be happy? Without my teachers, can I be happy? Without my human beings around, staying alone, all alone, can I be happy? Without my friends, can I be happy? So the question here is that you can find happiness all alone in the forest. Can you really find that happiness there? No. If you are part of the society, you need to play a role in the society of creating or whatever I've told previously. So the point here is why can't you be happy after marriage? The question you got to ask yourself here, right? I hope, Sai Karthik, I've answered that question. Shiholic, too much love attachment hurts always, right? It applies between 100% true, Shiholic. Yes, over love and over attachment to any relationship is dangerous. Even your husband, even your mother, even your child, anyone, you do something over, God or universe will never give credits for it because you're doing something over. So make sure you keep that balance and take it from there. The real Chandini. How to deal when you stop losing people. I don't know who are these people, the real Chandini, because I really don't know which people you're talking about. If it's friends, they're gone. Just forget them. But if it's family, it's a different discussion. I really want to know the 5 minutes talks, which I will talk. Last time I told you, right? I just told about my work, my job. She told about her work, her job, and it went on that way. I really don't understand what it was all about at the end of the day, right? So, crazy, hi sir, how do you find he is the one? No, you can never find he is the one. You can only say if you are the one for that person. Get this point very clear. He's never he's the one or this. Are you the right person for that person? That should be a focus. How to talk to your friends if you don't like anything they don't have. Get out of your friends if they don't have anything what they don't have. It's not compulsory you got to hang around with those person. Yogita, for girls, marriage is important or career. What is your opinion? First of all, guys, stop seeing these girls and stop seeing these boys. You are going into a wrong battle. You are moving towards negativity at the end of the day. So please don't see it from that point of view. Your question should be, what is most important for both? Is it, marriage is important? For me, both is important. You need to make a career. You need to make marriage also, right? But at the end of the day, how do you define career, right? Now, career is something when you do, you get paid for it. And pay can be salary, paid can be respect, paid can be you do. Now, for example, is social service good or bad? That's a simple question I'm asking you. You don't get paid for it, but you still go and do it. You go and do a lot of seva in temples. You go a lot of sevas. You help in churches. You go a lot of seva in various religious places, whichever you do. Is that important? You get paid for it? No. But you still do it because you get a satisfaction from that. So don't get into this girls versus guys battle. You're doing the wrong battle. Go on this humanity principle where both men and female are the same. But they're created different for a different purpose. If that purpose is clearly understood, there won't be a conflict between. But businesses and the society is trying their best to create conflicts, which makes a bigger issue with time. So make sure you don't get into that conflicting. Please make a video to make them understand about generation gap and we can choose our partner on our own, the one who we think is the best for us. No pressure to us, marry their choice. I'll tell you something. I can agree to that. If girls and boys start looking for girls at the age of 25, or when you after the 18, when you're 20, 22, 23, if you start looking at girls and boys at that age, no issues. I would agree to that. But then if you're looking at behind, like when you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe after that, I could make a video saying that, okay, if the girls and boys never had any relationship till the age of 20, 30, 2025, around that range, I think they should have a fair chance to have a choice of their partner. At the end of the day, again, there's arrange and love going there. So what I'm saying is that it's not the problem with the generation gap. Generation gap is a created concept because you don't want to agree to what your parents are saying, and parents don't want to agree to what you're saying. Try to understand what the old generation's principles are. Try to understand more about how their thinking is coming about. They have 50 years of experience more than you. So make sure you understand that and then choose the partner from their point of view and your point of view. No one would be pressurized to get married. It's when you try to challenge and not understand and limit yourself by the knowledge which your generations didn't give you, that is where the problem is. Right? Shifu is also agreeing. See, I'm disagreeing to that because my main reason is this, right? It's how come everyone is getting married? You have the whole right to choose your partner. I always tell girls one thing very clear, that so I just suddenly got a message from someone, so I just had to respond to it, right? So I hope that's it. So I hope I've replied to that in the best possible way. How to control life partner, please tell me. Guys, you have lost the level of love if you want to control the partner into your life. Leave it free and keep loving it. It will come back with time, and it'll stay with you in the best possible way, right? So I'm talking to a guy who's highly educated and have been a part of the corporate world for a long time and his corporate experience. I'm an artist and always been into art. So after that, Shifu, I don't have a question. I'm talking to a guy through your parents or through your own, and his opinion doesn't match. I'm willing to explain, discuss my side, but he shuts me off, saying you won't understand. I just feel like it's not right. We live how to make him understand. I'm willing to learn and understand his lifestyle too. So what, are you already engaged with this girl? Finally, Shifu has opened up from all these questions. Are you married or are you getting to it? So I really don't know. I need more. If it's too personal, just message me on DM me, Shifu, and we can have a discussion about this if it's really personal. Sonali is asking, if a boy and girl are same age, they will understand each other. What's your say? It doesn't matter. Age has nothing to do with marriage. I hope I've clearly answered that. Right? I agree, making understand there's some people who don't want to have the courage to speak up. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, let me think of it and have some videos set up. The problem here is that whatever I talk today obviously can be moved into a video anytime, right? So Krish, I am telling hi to you. There's one question from Sai Karthik on YouTube. So, but today's generation, marriage is not good, but some girls behave not good. They divide our partners and friends. There you go. Right? So, Ria or kid, who's there? I think it's my baby again. Okay. So today's generation, marriage is not good because some girls behave not good. They divide our parents and friends. That is the girl ready for the marriage? I don't want to comment on that because you're just putting a point of view. It's not all girls. It's only some girls. So the problem is you're going after the wrong girl. Maybe not, right? So that's it, guys. I have answered everyone's question here. Oh, there's more questions here. I missed to see that in the question section. Yogita is asking, sir, does past matter in marriage or interfere in happy life? No. When you're married, everything resets. But if you've played around with your life a lot, maybe your husband also would be playing around life a lot, right? Is age important for marriage? Not that important, but a certain age gets you matured enough for getting into marriage. Make sure that is purely understood, right? So now we are getting to know each other, and he has been friends over 12 years. I'm 25 and he's 27. All this while, we never gave it a thought, but we have been talking. So, parents okay or not okay? Shifu, that is a question I want to know. Right? Randhir Kumar. So, hello, I'm in depression because the days of exam. One of my friend with me for 3 years who didn't talk with me because of others. Randhir Kumar, go and have a look at my article on YouTube. Go and search for over attachment friendship Deek Parassini on Google. The answer will be there. I don't mind opening here, but I have to love to share my experience. If someone can benefit, why not? Here there is limited type. Yeah, that's the reason. That limit is actually creating confusions also as to where you stand and how you stand, right? That's it. I've answered all the questions today. Is giving too much importance to loved ones lead to obsession with them? Again, anything which you put too next to it, it is dangerous for any relationship. I hope I've answered that question. He lost his parents a few years back, and speak to him, to my parents, once I'm sure. Again, speak to my parents once you are sure. And your parents will say yes? I don't know. Caste, religion, everything okay? Shifu, if you tell me that, we would love to connect and share. But my question here is, if you don't understand this corporate lifestyle, can you live your whole life not understanding it, right? So, I see, I don't know what's the status of your relationship. It looks quite interesting, but I really don't know what's the status is, right? So, that's it, guys. I think I've answered everyone's question. Don't ask me marriage again. I've completely talked about marriage in part 2 this time. So for sure, I will, next week is going to be friendship, right? Everything about friendship. Please share your live session stories. Missed out the session can be reviewed. Yes, you can have a look at it. This will be saved in my YouTube anyways by default, and Facebook by default. Instagram, sometimes it can crash. So I can't. So you have to do one more session on the same topic. Anjali, why? I don't know. I have known him for 12 years. My parents met him, like him, not sure about astrology side. So check it all out. If astrology is important for you, Shifu, go and check it out. See, everything is fair and square, and so you are happy with it. Anjali, why again? I don't know anything more to talk. How to explain child what is good and bad? Best way is by you yourself doing what is good. Simple as that. Don't explain it. Best is to tell them how we are doing it. I always tell people, if you're having a pizza, don't go and tell the kid not to have pizza and give him rice or this what to do. So be a good example for your children so that they learn from you in the best possible way. The other thing is, there's different ways to make kids understand. One thing what I do is come and sit down to their level. Most parents, what they do is they stand like that and talk to the child downward. Stop doing that. You need to sit down to their eye level so that they understand that we both are on the same sync. Tell them once. If they don't understand, give them the experience of why it's bad for them. For example, you're saying fire is bad. Fire, if you put your hand, it'll burn. So the point here is, for example, fire, forget fire, a knife. Knife is bad, it can cut the hand. So what I did when I had a child is, my wife was also really panicking if I give a knife to the child. But then what happened? Child was excited because mother was cutting, right? I was cutting. So when I was cutting, he was really excited, how can I cut? So I said, okay, fine, let's give a sharp, not a sharp knife, a blunt knife. So he started playing with a blunt knife. So with time, he got the experience. Then I told my wife, Ria, let's just give him, let's give him a sharper knife to do it. And she was saying, no. I said, let's give it a try. If something wrong happens, we'll just have a complete look at it. Now he knows to cut with a sharp knife. He just 2.5, and I can leave with a sharp knife with him to do it. Because some things might not be bad the way you think. Kids might need that experience or exposure to see it from that point of view, right? So it was a mother's question, so that's why I just gave it a priority, right? Rakshika, when I get marriage proposal, I mind always compares with my ex-boyfriend. Now that's a big problem, right? So first of all, you didn't completely forget your ex-boyfriend. So you need to, I think you're still in contact with that ex-boyfriend. That's my gut feeling. If you are, disconnect from that ex-boyfriend, no connection with his friends, unfollow on all social medias and disconnect completely. Because if you don't disconnect, that person will keep coming into your head again and again. That's simple as that. Start with that, and then, anyways, it's gone. It's like I compare my old mobile. I still want to have my old mobile. You have a new mobile coming in. Just move on from that point of view. Shifu says, how would to love to connect with you and share and understand more on this? Please let me know if you can. Yes, you can always do it anytime. We can do various things. You can call with me. You can message me. You can come video conference and directly take me on the whole ride of your stuff. I have many ways to do it. It's your wish how you want to do it. Right. Thanks a lot, Elisa Khaneja. No, sir, not me. People are having so many questions. That's why. Yeah. So I thought it was you, Anjali, because last time you voted for marriage. This time also you voted for marriage. I do part 2. I don't want to do a part 3. I just want to finish off the marriage topic. What's your opinion on caste-based marriage? Yes, it has its own benefits at the end of the day, because when you say about caste, you have a similar kind of a family thinking, thought process which is going on, a way of living, a way of lifestyle. If that matches, it's easy. It's like how I see caste is, I don't know if you saw my video on caste system. If you didn't see my video on caste system, go to YouTube, search Deek Parassini caste system. I'll clearly see how I see caste system. At the end of the day, a doctor only marries a doctor, right? An engineer prefers an engineer, right? A commerce guy prefers a commerce guy. If you're crossing it, it's a caste marriage at the end of the day. Long time ago, caste was based on the work, what you do. It's as simple as that, right? So see from that point of view, caste is just profession at the end of the day. I am MD, love watching your session, all thanks to God. I'm not able to forget him. Are you in contact with him? That's the question, right? Yes, Krish, it will be shared. It will be saved on Instagram on the IGTV. And yeah, it will be done. So don't worry about the saving. It will be saved, but I just need to do. So that's it. No more questions. I think my job is done. Is there any question on the question section? So age is marriage. How do you understand the best match for us? We both partners are earning. How to contribute? This is a question asked. We both partners are earning. How do you contribute, and what is the expectation? It's a very good question. At the end of the day, it's all about the easiest thing I'll tell you, have one account and all money goes into that account. So you don't know who's contributing, however it is. And at the end of the day, when you go and do something, make sure you discuss with each other and take from that account. Problem solved. Why you want to say who's contributing and how they're contributing? When you're spending money, 1 rupee, it is our money which is being spent. When you're spending for your money, it's our money which is being spent. When you're spending money for your mobile, it's our money being spent. So don't see it from how much we have to contribute. Whatever you earn, it's our earning at the end of the day. Somewhere around you'll have husband working, wife, staying home. Obviously, wife is staying home. So obviously, she is also, your family is running because the wife is staying home. Vice versa, both are working also. So both are working, you're coming back home and both are living together at the end of the day. So don't see it contributing from which side. At the end of the day, contribution is together. It's we feeling. The day you get this we feeling, marriage is all good. The day you have this I, me, you, me, he, she, it, it's all a mess up. Right? That's it, guys. I think I will talk for 1 hour 15 minutes here. Thank you everyone for spending your precious time with me on the second topic. Anjali, no more marriage again, please. Right? So next Wednesday is going to be marriage. Next Wednesday is going to be what? It's going to be friendship. That's the topic which won the vote, second vote last week. So next Wednesday will be friendship. If you'd like to know more about friendship, feel free to let me know. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock is the Call Me Deek show, where I call people and talk. You can talk to me anything. Shifu, if you want to talk on phone live, come online. and 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 work it from there. Secret Giggles MS, hope you're fine in this pandemic days. I'm just so positive right now, right? So yeah, I'm all good and positive. Nothing crazy has happened yet. You never know. COVID is COVID. It has a list of people who's going to hit. I don't know if I'm in the list or not, right? So I just have to, yeah, my cold is gone. That's positivity, right? When you start doing more of positivity, the healing starts, and the healing covers up with time, right? See, Rakshika, that is where the problem is. My gut feeling was right. You still have his number. You still have his contact. It's not, you're not able to delete it. You don't want to delete it at the end of the day, right? Because you think that there is still a chance with him, right? Best is to go and have a look at my video on YouTube. Search for love, breakup, depression, and marriage. Deek Parassini on YouTube. It will. He's engaged with someone else. Forget it. It's over. That relationship is completely over. If he's engaged, he's no more your property. So delete his number as quick as you can. If you go to options, if you go to the contacts, there's an option. You click on the name. Somewhere around below, you'll have delete contact. Press that button and forget it. And unfollow in all the social medias. That's the first step, right? If you're not able to move on, just message me and we can discuss about it. But see my video first, because it's not you don't want to move on. You don't want. I don't know if I told you the ice cream man story. Rakshita, do you know the ice cream man story? I'll finish it by the ice cream man story then, if she doesn't know. You know the ice cream man story? Ice cream, yes, no, fast. You know the ice cream man story? Rakshita, ice cream man story, yes or no? You know the ice cream man If you know the ice cream man story, all your answers are there, right? So the point is, you don't want to take that step. So the ice cream is going to destroy you with time. So I can't do anything if you still want to keep, right? So you know the story. See, the best part is everyone knows the story, but no one wants to do anything about it, right? And it'll keep hurting you. It'll keep destroying you until Shifu don't know the ice cream man story. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a great story which I tell to people who can't get out of breakups and who cannot move on from breakups. And Shifu, you don't need to know right now because you don't need to know about the breakup, right? Rakshita, I told you, if you know the ice cream story, first point is to get out of that completely disconnect. You are going to constantly compare things what you already see in your life, right? So what you need to do is that this is like you're keeping chocolate in your hand and saying that I don't want to eat chocolate, but still holding on to chocolate and saying that I want this chocolate. First throw the chocolate, then only the candy will come up, right? Oh, now everyone wants to know the ice cream man story. Okay, let me for Rakshita's benefit, to make her get outside, I will tell the ice cream man story. Last time, keep a note of it. Only 14 people are seeing on Instagram. Damn, I have to say this again. Okay, so ice cream man story. If you really love ice cream and you know it's bad for your health, because if you take one sip of the ice cream, you might lose your hair, your face will become red, it'll blow off. Would you have the ice cream? Most probably the answer would be no. Now, if the answer is no, if you go outside and you see an ice cream shop, would you get into the ice cream shop or not? Because if you get in the shop, there are chances that you get addicted or you want to have a taste of the ice cream. You might fall for it. Your hair might go, your face will become red, and a problem will happen. So 90% of the people will say, no, I won't go to the shop. Now, what if the ice cream man comes outside and gives you a free ice cream? Would you take it? Maybe if you're really addicted, you might take it. Your hair will go, your face will become red, and you'll feel bad, and you will desert. So maybe you might say no to the ice cream man, right? And the next point is, if you really look at, if the ice cream man comes outside and says, you said no to the ice cream, and he feels very bad about it and say, no, let's keep in contact. Let's be friends. Keep my number in the phone. And he has display pic always coming on ice cream, right? And his status all says ice cream. And his WhatsApp status says ice cream. His Facebook says ice cream. Would you keep contact? Right? You won't. Right? So the question here is that, why is his number saved in your mobile? That's the first question. right? Because you think that there is still a chance, you think that ice cream will have future. So I know I can't stop comparing, I can't choose anyone for my marriage. First thing I told you, Rakshika, is to first delete the number and then we'll have the discussion, right? Because delete number you can. The thing is, you don't want to. See, that's the point. Deleting number is completely in your control. You don't want to. It's a different discussion altogether. So first delete the number and delete, unfollow and all on social media. Then we can discuss, right? Or else keep eating the ice cream until the ice cream destroys your hair, destroys your face. And then you realize that I'm too late. And when it's too late, there's no time to come back. And that time will hurt you further. And you'll have this guilt, losing all these good guys. And then you get married to someone who's much more worse than your ex-boyfriend. And that will be much more difficult. So I really don't know, Rakshita, how long your breakup is. If it's more than 1 year, you should be okay to get married. But then first you got to disconnect from that marriage, if not from that guy, because you're asking for trouble. You can't get out of that guy until you stop disconnecting from him, right? So first do that and then we'll talk. Means we are not talking with each other. Still, delete the number. Unfollow him on social media. Delete all his friends you know, where you won't have any exposure about him or his friends or anyone related to him. You do that first, then we can talk the rest. Okay? So that's it, guys. Thank you, everyone. I will sign out from YouTube. Dhruv, Walid, you're asking how to get rid of pimples. I'll talk some other time, right? So it's more of hormones and there's various other factors here on the pimple side of things. So Facebook, YouTube, thanks a lot. Tomorrow on the Call Me Deek show, 5 o'clock, same time, I'm going to call you. If you want a call, your number should be sent to me in some way so that it benefits you or I can give you a call, right? So yeah, I'm also, can't we both stay as friends? No, Rakshika, you can't stay as friends because your love will start popping up and you can never forget him, or his love will pop up for you with time. So it's smart for him to stay away from you. And that's what is much more better from you. Oh, Sona Unplugged, I didn't see you after a long time. You were very active long time ago. It's good to see you. You're back again. I think the marriage topic would be important for you, right? I think that was Sona Unplugged, right? I remember my memory. Your display pic was a white dress. That's all I know, right? So Takshir, thanks a lot. You're always there in the show. Thanks a lot for being a part of this show. Shivu, I hope you have learned a lot. Good to know. Already DM'd. Can't wait to speak to you. Okay, perfect. So no, Shifu, you want to talk live tomorrow? I can give you a call live tomorrow and you can clear all your doubts about marriage once again. I think tomorrow will also be a thing. Let me just sign out from YouTube and Facebook and then I'll spend some more time on Instagram because I need to make the cover page for it so it's actually safe. So Facebook, YouTube, thanks a lot for signing in. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock on the Call Me Deek show where I can give you a call to anyone who wants to talk from me. Yes, live tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Same place, same time. You want to go live? Okay, Shifu, tomorrow I'm calling you first, right? Yeah. So now my memory is more about my memory is more about what do you say on pictures. If people change the display pic, I completely forget. But you have this unplugged going on in your name, so that's the reason I actually picked out. I prefer to talking you one-on-one first. Okay, Shifu. So after tomorrow's show, I will give you a call. Okay? Pass me your number. And after tomorrow's call, I will give you a personal call and then we can discuss and figure out this new guy who has come into your life. Right? So So that's it, guys. Thanks. Let me just sign off from YouTube and Facebook. Facebook, YouTube. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock on the Call Me Deek show. Or next week on Wednesday, 5 o'clock on what? On what? On friendship topic, right? So thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube.